What's your story? It's unlike anything you've ever written before. These are the tools that will help you.
I love you.
You can do it. When I'm writing a play, I like to start with creating the characters. I write up where they came from, what things shaped their lives, what is the one thing that motivates them, what happens if they don't get what they want, and how are they going to get it. Once I have an idea who the characters are and what motivates them, I start to create a plot. This kind of gets tricky because every actor is the hero in their own story. Everyone's story lends itself to everyone else's story. I start by using a flowchart to plot how the story will unfold. This is a flowchart from the beginning of a story I'm writing. At the beginning of this story, there are 3 groups of people. I call these groups pods. A pod is a group of people that are talking and listening amongst themselves. In a play, there might be several pods, as in this example. In this example, the play starts with 3 pods, all located in different locations. Marika and Philip are depicted in blue and are in a coffee shop professing their love to each other. Jill and Kevin, depicted in purple, are outside the coffee shop arguing. 4 of Kevin's friends, depicted in orange, are walking down the street. Jill and Kevin's argument gets heated and they separate. Jill goes into the coffee shop and Kevin walks up the street meeting his friends. Kevin joins his friend's pod and Jill joins Marika and Philip's pod. In this way, I build the layout of the overall story. Once I have the overall layout, then I design each of the actors' plotline. Once I have a general idea of what everybody is doing, I start writing the dialogue. Each actor hears 3 different voices in his headset. There is the director's voice. This voice gives stage direction and descriptions. There is the inner voice. This voice is the actor's inner thoughts. And there is the actor's voice. The actor's voice feeds the actor his lines. The actor hears the lines in his headset, then he repeats them so everybody else in the pod can hear. This is the Google Sheet that I use to write the scripts. The reason I use a spreadsheet is to keep track of time and who is hearing what. I start by putting a character's name on top of the column, in this case, Mary and Eduardo. When you write the dialogue for each character in the column below their name. The rows depict time and help to keep track of what each actor is hearing in his headset at any given time. I use 3 different voices for each actor. The first voice is the director's voice. This voice is depicted in green. The director's voice gives stage direction and can be used to set the scene. The next voice is the actor's voice. This voice speaks the words the actor will repeat. Each writer gets a different color when using the actor button. This makes it much easier to tell who is doing the speaking when there are many writers all writing at the same time. The next voice is the inner voice. These are the words that a person hears in their head, their thoughts and inner dialogue. It is depicted in blue. These words the actor hears but does not repeat. The Google Sheet can be used to collaborate with other writers or can be used to write solo. The Google Sheet is designed to be an interactive worksheet for multiple writers to be used simultaneously. How this works is that each writer writes for a particular character or actor. For example, I would be writing for the actor in column B, and someone else could be writing for the actor in column D. The cool thing is that we would be doing it simultaneously from different locations in the world, like we were all texting to each other. I find it easiest to write using the form. Click the Open Form button and a form opens up that allows the writer to input text without having to select the cell each time. To move the form, click just above the Start button and drag the form wherever you'd like it. The form has an Auto Row Advance feature. In cell 1, it shows which row is the active row. As long as there is not a check mark in the box next to Right in the Active Cell box, the active row gets increased with each input. This allows for multiple writers to simultaneously input dialogue similarly to how they would as if they were having a text conversation. Going back and forth, each writer writing for their own character. You can have up to 20 different writers, all contributing to a pod at the same time. To use the form, simply type in your dialogue and click one of the buttons for the different voices. The other button is used to write in the time it takes to do this action. For example, like walking across the room. To help the audio guy, I write these in seconds. They are depicted in red. I like to use the speech recognition feature. To start using it, simply click the speech button in the form, wait a moment, and then start speaking. I find combined with using the buttons for the different voices to be a very fast and efficient way to write my dialogue. This is also a great way to write a play solo. To write for several characters, simply click in the column where you want the text to appear. Type or speak the dialogue in the form and then click the voice you want. To go back and fill in places of silence, simply click the box next to the Write in Active cell. Then make whatever cell you want your text to appear in active and click on the voice button you wish. There are some commands particular to this sheet in the menu bar under Writers. If you want to erase the entire sheet, click on Writers in the toolbar. Then click the Clear Current Sheet. This erases the entire spreadsheet so you can start over. Also under this menu heading, you can change the view from 2 writers to 4 writers to 6 writers. Clicking the Change Actor Color to Gray changes all the characters' colors to gray so that when the text is copied over to the Excel sheet, it will work correctly. If for some reason you want to change the active row, you can do that by simply changing the number in cell A1. You will note at the bottom of the screen that there are many Writers tabs. These tabs are used to keep your writing organized. To keep things simple, I like to write about 10 minutes of dialogue on each sheet, then move to a new sheet and continue writing. This way I can easily find parts of the play that I've already written, and I don't have thousands of lines on one sheet. In Google Sheets, I like the auto advance and the voice recognition. I find these features very helpful and dramatically increase how quickly I can write a play. I also love collaborating with other writers. The Google Sheet makes this really easy. I hope you found this video helpful. Good luck, and I look forward to experiencing your play.